Hey everybody, well, another video update because it's been 8 months since I had my surgery. Actually, yesterday was the 8-month anniversary since I had the surgery, and still glad I did it. It's been quite changing. It really has changed my life, and for the better. I've got so much more energy. I feel so much better. But there's also been some things that I've kind of learned along the way that I think if you're considering having the surgery or you've recently had it, that you have to be aware of, because the first few months you're just losing weight and you're excited about the weight loss, and you don't have to think about it too much. And I still don't have to think about it too much, but now I've gotten to the point where I'm kind of feeling like I've lost too much. When I went into this, I was like, I want to lose 100 pounds or so, and I'd feel pretty good about that, and it just shot by me. And I've been super active during quarantine. I don't know, building stuff. I re-roofed the house and got to redo some things there. We're going to paint. But I haven't been able to get enough calories in, so I've had a pretty good drop in weight again. And I'll tell you, I don't know because of the scale. I know because I've gone down another pant size. So where do we begin? 8 months ago, I had the chance to get the surgery. I decided to do it. And I had this attitude the whole time of, the thing about the surgery is it takes away the chance for failure, and set, like, you're gonna lose the weight. It's a permanent thing. You're gonna lose the weight, and now after a while it'll balance out, and then you have to do the work. But up until recently, it just hadn't given it much thought. Because it just continued to happen. But more and more things have happened recently that kind of make me aware of how important it is to work on my nutrition and what I'm getting for nutrients and calories, because I can't get enough. I've had some things go on. One of them is like itchy legs. Like at the end of the day, when I take my socks off my ankles, I'm almost scratching myself till I bleed. It itches so bad. So I don't know what's going on with that. I started wearing compression socks to see if that would help, and cramping, because I'm not, even when I'm drinking as much water as I think I need, it's not enough, and that usually comes out at night. So during the day I feel good. When I'm moving, but at nighttime it just kind of creeps up on you. And I'm not talking cramps like, oh, I gotta try. I'm talking put you on the floor about ready to cry. So in all my other videos, I never really talked that much about vitamins. So I've been taking vitamins and trying to help get that going. But I said, I'm still losing weight. I dropped pants, and people who haven't seen me in a long time, and I say a long time, most of the people that know I had the surgery that I see, with this, they see me now that we're starting to kind of open up after this corona. They're like, geez, man, they think I'm sick or something. And I remember having that with a friend of mine that I hadn't seen him for a long time, and I thought he had cancer. So you be prepared for that. People are going to see you different because they remember you a certain way. I've got a lot of people that I know that have never seen me thin, so they see me now like, and don't be offended. Don't take it personal. Know that it's an adjustment for them too. And for us, going through it, you kind of like, well, this is how I look now, and this is me. This is what I do, and they haven't seen that, and so be patient with those around you, especially those that didn't know you had the surgery, because they're probably thinking in the back of their head like, I hope they're not sick. But one of the other things, kind of I don't know, I wouldn't call it a drawback, but I have gotten some skin, on my stomach. Like I've got abs, and there's that skin, and it's around my waist. So sometimes I get almost like hot spots with my jeans, when I put them on. So, it's a small price to pay, but it's something you got to be aware of. And I kind of thought I wasn't going to have any issues with skin, because I didn't after the show, but I do now. And a little bit on my arms. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's not bad. I'm starting to build muscle up again. It's weird because the loose skin, you wouldn't think much of it, but it actually, sometimes it kind of hurts, and it'll like pinch. So it's kind of a weird deal, but in the big scheme of things, if that's your excuse for not doing the surgery or not getting your weight under control, it's pretty weak. You just deal with it. The other thing, I'm not trying to be all down. I'm just thinking I've had such a good experience this far that none of the things had really happened that I'd heard about. But even my hair thinned out a little bit, and my wife's a hairdresser, and she kind of brought it to my attention. So, taking your vitamins and getting your water and things like that, should help. But I think as I've gotten smaller, I've gotten more sensitive to like cold and I used to always be hot, and sweating and uncomfortable, and now it's like wearing 2 shirts and sweatshirts. So be prepared for that. It's you have this mind how you are, right? And for me, I'd been carrying the weight for so long. I was like, oh, I'm just warm, and I sweat because I'm warm. I've always been like that, but now that I'm not in that spot anymore, I have to be prepared. And it's not fair to ask everybody else around you to adjust. I mean, if you're freezing cold, it's probably a good idea to say something, but throw on a sweatshirt and make yourself comfortable. On to the positives. I've got so much more energy. I mean, I'm waking up at like 5 in the morning without an alarm. This morning I went out and dug some fence posts. We're putting up a cedar fence on the other side of our property, and I'm really conscious of not falling into my old habits. With this corona thing, it's easy to be like, okay, well, nothing's going on, so I'm going to lay around on the couch. And I've gotten so much done around here, and it's been awesome. And I think not falling into old habits when you have every reason to go ahead and do that is really important. If you're laying in bed at 5 o'clock and you're awake, get up, go do something, go for a walk. I've started working out again, and it feels good. You crave that. And, it's okay to let yourself change through this process. And I think some people are afraid they're going to lose who they were. And I think a lot of us don't even know. We don't really know who we are until we find, this new perspective, and it may be different, but you know what? Go with it. It's all right to be happy. And I find myself smiling more and talking to people more. And, I think confidence is coming back that I might have lost. I recently got offered a job and that I'm going to be taking, and I'm excited. I'm going to have to go buy new clothes because I had to get rid of all my suits. So, but I can't wait to put a suit on and have it fit nice and not be choked out all day and, sweating all over it and being worried well, are these people thinking I'm about to have a heart attack? So, there's those things too. You're going to have to get new clothes. I throw on my workout clothes. They're way too big because I haven't, wrestling season. I'm still got my same sweatpants and sweatshirts, but they're so big. And it's weird because it kind of brings back these feelings of gosh, I didn't realize I was where I was at. So let yourself change, and be excited about it, and let those around you go with it at their pace. I think my kids and my wife are still adjusting to me because I've never been one that gets up at 5. My wife looks out the window today and there's fence posts dug and set. When did you do that? This morning. And then my son and I went fishing today, which was awesome. And we got to talk about some things that, maybe we haven't talked about yet, because it's different for your kids too. When they see you all of a sudden active and not eating as much and, not getting mad when you're hungry. Because I'm really not hungry that often anymore. And speaking of that, not that long ago, I told Susie, you're cooking way too much food, because she's used to cooking where I'd eat so much. And I made supper tonight and overcooked. It's be aware that you're not who you were when it comes to mealtime. And you don't need to prepare as much food. I think for me, I always cook so much food. I'm gonna eat leftovers. I'm gonna do this, and so there's just so much going on. I mean, I'm getting up to 10 minutes already, but as far as kind of update wise, I'm on the vitamins. I'm looking for a decent protein shake that doesn't taste like crap because I got so burned out on those. But I know I need the extra calories. As far as what I weigh, I'm not sure. The last time I was on the scale, I was around 180 pounds, and I know I've lost weight since then. When I went in for my surgery, I was wearing 44 inch waist. My new jeans that I got now are 28 inch waist. So I've definitely slimmed down, but it's been good. If I had the chance to do it again, would I? Absolutely. If you're considering it, think through a lot of things. I know I said I'm going to start doing a video every week, and I got caught up with everything going on and being busy. I'll do them more often, just so that I think there's a lot of people who are starting to tune into this. Because I never did this to be like a YouTube person, but I know I'm getting updates of like people are subscribing, so I think it's important to let them know, because we're all in different stages of this journey. Some of you are starting to think about doing it, and some of you have, and some of you just did, and some of you are years out, and it's the different thing for everybody. So sharing it, I know at 8 months my perspective is much different than it was at 2 and 3 months, even 6 months, and we'll keep going and plugging along. It's a long journey. Once you do it, you're on it, and but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So hope everybody's doing good with all the craziness going on in the world. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you later.